thank you, Mr. Chandra. And we have a few minutes for questions. It's, we are going very Indian Standard Time. We're going to start on time and finish on time. So really well. Please have a seat. So maybe I'll start off, and you're welcome to ask questions to our panel about Kumbh Mela, Kumbhathon, and also how Mr. Chandra sees the future of innovation in emerging worlds. I'll just start off with the first question. How do you see the scale of innovation and the participation of the youth in emerging worlds, especially places like India? And how can organizations like yours, who are very powerful, play a role in that?
Well, I think I see what you have done in Kumbhathon as a natural evolution of hackathon. Okay, people only talked about hackathon, and hackathons kind of create a buzz. So it's good to get people excited. And we are now talking about agile. Everything is about agile. So how do you create this Kumbhathon to be agile Kumbhathon as you go? So how do you create spaces where people can solve problems continuously? And as they solve problems, how do these problems get integrated? There is a larger role in terms of integration. I don't want to call it a system integration. Companies like us can start to see the big picture in terms of putting things together. But we've got to promote actively in the field. And I really think that's the role that we should play. We should just partner with people like you and then start to create this as a mass movement. And I always believe that I should do a TCS-a-thon going all the time. I was talking to you about that. We have 330,000 people. We have huge lab spaces. And we should be creating agile spaces, and people should be solving problems all the time. People should be innovating. And we've got to bring some orderliness and structure. That's where the problem is. But you've got to allow that culture to spread. And I think you've successfully done it between the government and the citizens. So enterprises like us are not bad people, so we can easily join.
That's true. Innovation is happening everywhere. Let's take two more questions.
If I, Ramesh.
We'll break and have enough time to interact with. We'll have to ask questions to our administrators, as well as Mr. Chandra. So let's start from here.
Thank you. Wonderful presentation. Taking your last comment, can we integrate the MIT Camera Culture Lab, you're thinking of agile into the training of our administrators, bureaucrats, and civil servants that are coming out? Can we help see the TCSs of the world get into the butts of the ministers and the administrators, that while they're getting trained to be IAS officers and such, that is the part of their thinking from day one? Do you think what role TCSs can play?
So I think it's a necessity almost. Even within our own company, we have created a digital learning platform. So we come up with a concept that any subject that we want to train people on has to be digital. It should be anytime, anywhere. People should be able to get trained on mobile. And every concept has to go multiple levels. We have a concept of a nano courses, which is, when you talk about something, then you should be able to see it in 5 minutes or 20 minutes or 1 hour courses. So we need to think through that so that we are able to make these things available for not only city administrators, for everyone, so that people can get it very quickly. So how do you again do that in a way that the experience is... See, we are all engineers. Engineers generally, what we do is to make everything very... I was seeing in Joy Ito's room in a chart, engineers are very good in converting knowledge to functionality. But we need somebody to convert the functionality to experience, right? So we got to create that, and I really think that's something that we'll have to come together to do. We have done it in the traditional mechanism. Many times we kind of take bureaucrats, IAS officers to a training campus, put them through 1 week course on technology, project management. These efforts have been done, but how do you do it on a real-time basis, 24/7 basis, and how do you make all these things available? Yeah.
Pratik Shah, scientist at MIT, he ran the health pavilion at Kumbh Mela and Kumbhathon, and I think you had a question for him.
Oh, right. So
Former Broad Fellow, or always a Broad Fellow, really smart guy.
So I worked with Ramesh and John and Maggie at MIT, and I was actually at the Kumbh Mela with the MIT team, and I Nashik city government in variety of things. And I would like to first congratulate Dr. Gedam, Dr. Kushwa, the health minister, and everybody for running an extremely successful Nashik city during the event. And I have a quick question. Of all the initiatives and all the things you did at Kumbh Mela, which are now available to the city of Nashik throughout, how many of them will be ported into the smart city infrastructure that you want to do in collaboration with MIT? So, because Dr. Gedam laid out many things which are now permanent infrastructure in Nashik beyond the Kumbh Mela, and how many of them could be now ported into the smart city platform to work with MIT?
The question is for you. Yeah. See, smart city is not a static idea. It's a very dynamic concept where administration, government, citizens, everybody